And he said unto him, thou hast rightly judged. We're going to skip down to verse 49. And they that sat at the meat, the inner table, with him began to say within themselves, who is this that forgiveth sins also? And he said unto the woman, thy faith hath saved thee. Go in peace. You may be seated. May the Lord add a blessing to the hearers of his word. And if I could expound for just a moment, if I can put a tag on this text, if I can use my earthly thought, but my spiritual wisdom, amen, I would use the topic, there is power in his presence. There is power in his presence. As we look at the book of Luke, we journey down a path from which God has sent his son to display his magnificent attributes and his magnificent power. God allows Luke to write this letter, and this letter is inspired to Christians, Gentile Christians, that have been struggling with the fact that there is a God, a Savior, a Messiah, that was supposed to be coming to save his people, but now he has died and is dead, and they need reassurance to know that this God is still able. Turn to your neighbor and just tell him that God is still able. God is still able. And so Luke writes this letter, and he writes it to Theophilus, and he lets Theophilus know that God has sent his son, and he sent his son in the form of a man, and the purpose of it is to give the people reassurance, to display who he is and what he does, and who is he? He is the God that heals. He is the God that provides. He is the God that saves. And so just in case somebody had a question, just in case somebody was not sure, God sent his son to come down to put all the questions away. And so he writes this letter, and Theophilus is interested in Luke. He's not one that has actually walked with Jesus, but he is one that has taken deep notes, and he has paid close attention. And there's somebody out there that ain't physically just actually walked with Jesus hand in hand. There's others that heard about Jesus and really not sure. There's some that has questions about Jesus. But I'm here to tell you that the Spirit of the true and living God, he will walk right alongside of you. And so Theophilus he's getting strength, he's getting encouraged, because he's reading about somebody that they call Jesus. And so Luke is telling it from a standpoint from an outlandish standpoint, a standpoint for us to understand that he is fully God and fully man. That he has the attributes of man, that he walks like a man, he talks like a man, he even dresses like a man from time to time. But he has the power fully invested of God. He has the power to heal. He has the power to deliver. He has even the power to set the captive free. And so Luke goes on to describe this glorious man, the man that his name is Jesus. And so as he walks through the book of Luke, he comes through different temptations, and he has different trials, and he has various experiences, and through all of it, he represents God in such a manner and displays his glory in such a way that is unmistakable who he is. And so as we get into the seventh chapter, we have some dynamics that begin to transpire. And so we have a group of people who are right now having a problem because their theology, their religion, the law, the thing which they are most fond of is being challenged now. And this is the group that we call the Pharisees, because they were ceremoniously pure according to law. They were pure. They had the righteous way to go about things. They had the worldly way, but they never actually fully touched and to the grace of God. And so they knew about holiness, they knew about God, but they did not have the grace of God operating within them. And so the Pharisees runs into a situation that they're dealing with Jesus. Moses, the law came through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. And so there's an interesting dynamic that's transpiring here, because at one side that you have a group that has been cemented, has been planted, has been there for years. And the problem with them being there for years is from Malachi to Matthew, that's 2 from Malachi to Matthew, there's a situation that's transpiring because for 400 years, God is not speaking. They got the law, they learned his way, but for 400 years, the silence has transpired. God has not spoken for 400 years. What happens when the Spirit of the Lord is not operating in the people of the Lord? When there is silence transpiring throughout the land. And so here we are, the Pharisees, they have learned God's way and they have learned the law, but they have not heard